lovely people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you've watched any of my other videos, you would know I have a lot of problems. One of the ways I deal with all of my problems is I have an emergency kit that I take with me everywhere I go. Today I'm going to share with you what's in my emergency kit and hopefully give you some tips on how to deal with certain types of things. So this is my emergency kit. This is what I keep everything in. It's just a Make It bag from MAC, but it's cute and it fits everything that I need to, and it's flexible because it's cloth. It's not like a structured bag, so I can like stuff it full of stuff if I... So I'm gonna start with like the official medicines. The first thing that I have is my inhaler. I do have exercise-induced asthma, and my mother has asthma and my brother has asthma, so it definitely is a family trend. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I tend to hyperventilate, and this can come in handy when I'm feeling like I can't breathe. I think it's the thing in my emergency kit that I probably use the least, just because I don't really play any sports, so I'm not really exercising. Moving on to the next thing, these are my anti-nausea meds. When I get super anxious, I get super nauseous, and so the two correlate, and then I feel like I need to rush to a bathroom. So if I'm feeling anxious and I'm starting to get that nausea feeling, I just take one of these. I also use them for my abdominal migraines because those make me nauseous as well. So it's just kind of to help me get through the day instead of staying home. I like to try and push through the day if I can, so the nausea pills I think I use quite a bit. I'm not dependent on them. I try not to take them. However, sometimes I just have to do what's best for me. The next thing in my kit is these heat therapy patches. I use them when I'm having an abdominal migraine and my muscles are just really sore and feeling really horrible. So usually heat does help that relax. So I'll just slap one of these on in case I'm just feeling really crappy and just have to push through. These are actually the ones that you use for your back. I don't think they actually have ones for your stomach, but they're big enough so that it covers kind of like the whole area. So I mean, if you ever like are having really bad period cramps, these I would suggest using because they do wonders. So now I'm gonna move on to the more naturopathic type of solutions. First things first, everybody's always making fun of me because I carry around essential oils wherever I go, especially peppermint essential oils. When I'm nauseous, the smell of peppermint will just sort of help
to ease that quease.
For some reason, it's a calming thing. I think just because I've been using it for so long, I'm just really used to it, and it works really well with my system. I usually use the brand doTERRA. This one is from Isagenix. My mother got it for me for Christmas. I think this one is just a stronger version of the doTERRA, so if you want something that's like super strong, this would be a good thing for you to try. I also use these peppermint beadlets. They're just these little clear beadlets. They're kind of like pills, you just pop them down. Don't bite them. I made the mistake of doing that one time and it was horrible, and I had to rinse my mouth out and it burned for a while. So yeah, these are great, just don't bite them because you will suffer. Sometimes people complain to me, like if I have to put it on during class, I'll usually put it on my wrists and behind my ears and under my jaw right here. And sometimes people will be like,
oh my gosh, what is that? That's too strong, like get it away.
And then some people are like,
oh my gosh, that smells really good, what is that?
So just kind of like let people know around you, like if you're gonna use it, just say like, is everybody okay with me using peppermint oil? Like, does anybody hate the smell of peppermint? Just because if you are in public, it can overwhelm people sometimes. And I know that I especially put on a lot just because I've gotten so used to the smell that I just like douse it on. So if you're not used to it, it can be a little jarring. The next thing I have is these pressure point bands. So they go around your wrist like this, and there's a specific pressure point right here, and it is supposed to help with queasiness and nausea. Some people wear them for motion sickness. I just wear them for nausea and sometimes for motion sickness, but usually if I'm just like really struggling and that day has just been rough and I've tried everything, I'll pop on one of these bands and hopefully that will kind of dial down the nausea. Something else that I found that I can use if I'm feeling really anxious, instead of like biting my nails, which is an anxious habit that I have, or picking at my lip, I will play with this therapy dough. It smells like oranges and citrus, and it's really like, smells very nice. But it's just this like Play-Doh basically, but it makes your hands smell really good. So I'll just like play with this or pinch this if I'm feeling like I need to pick at something. Something else that I like to use for nausea that is also kind of an aromatherapy type thing is a Queasies pen. So this is just a blend of eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, spearmint, and ginger. And it is supposed to help with motion sickness and also nausea. So I use this quite a lot. It's just like a pen, and you twist open the top and you take a deep breath in, and it should help. It's super easy to use. It's super discreet. If you're in class and you're embarrassed to get up and leave, if you're feeling like queasy, I'll just kind of discreetly pop it open, take a sniff, and put it back down just so people aren't staring, because that is something that makes me feel uncomfortable, is if I'm anxious and everyone's like looking at me. Another peppermint type product that I use is gum. I always have mint gum on me. Usually it's peppermint, but this is wintergreen. I always have gum on me because if I'm feeling nauseous, I'll just pop in a piece of gum, and for some reason that kind of helps the anxiety aspect of it. It makes me feel a little bit better. The next thing I have isn't really for anxiety, but it is for singing. So this is Singer's Saving Grace. It's a throat spray for if you're having throat issues. It is not numbing, and it's all natural, so usually I try to stay away from like the numbing stuff, because if you're singing and your throat is numbed, you can really damage your vocal cords because you can't feel if there's damage that's happening. I will just do 2 squirts of this in the back of my throat, swallow a couple times, and then you should be good to go. It's really soothing, and it just lubricates everything so that you're able to sing with clarity. And if you have a sore throat, I would definitely recommend trying out Singer's Saving Grace because it works wonders. And last but not least, Carmex. When I'm anxious, I will just pick and peel at my lips and the skin around my lips, so Carmex definitely comes in handy. It tastes kind of weird, so if I'm feeling like I have to pick at my lips, I will put on some Carmex, and one that'll help with the dryness so I won't feel like I have flakes that I need to pick off my lips. And also, it tastes weird, so I will be less inclined to actually pick at my lips because I don't want the taste in my mouth. So yeah, that is my school anxiety emergency kit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I thought it could be helpful to somebody who is going through a similar situation as me. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I post usually every Sunday, sometimes on Saturday, once a week. Thank you for watching my video today.